Neo, I mean, why are you apologising, mate? Why are you apologising? You have just totally shot yourself in the foot. You said nothing out of the ordinary. And by the way, the ordinary shouldn't be offensive. It should just be a topic of discussion for us all to debate. It's not weird to say that men are men and women are women and children at the ages of 5 and 6 should not make life-changing decisions. Hello and welcome. It's Paul Cox here and welcome to my channel. Please do me a favour, like and subscribe. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Paul Cox Comedy. Enjoy the video. Neo has apologised for remarks he made about gender identity and parenting trans children. The singer posted a statement on Twitter expressing his regret over some of the things he said during a recent interview with Vlad TV. After much reflection, I'd like to express my deepest apologies to anyone that I may have hurt with my comments on parenting and gender identity, the statement reads. I've always been an advocate for love and inclusivity in the LGBTQI+ community. What always really fascinates me about these apologies is they're always to an incredibly wide group of people. Let's read what he said again. I've always been an advocate for love and inclusivity in the LGBTQI+ community. Okay, so that is about probably a third of the world. So let's say the world is 9 billion people. He's trying to understand and apologise there, in his mind, to make sure he covers all bases, 3 billion people. And as we already know, not all these people think the same. I mean, within that group, there are factions that don't like one another. There are women that have fought for their place in this world and a level of equality that they are just starting to enjoy when along comes men again saying they're women, taking up their space and just ploughing straight through any of the hard work. So I understand how my comments could have been interpreted as insensitive and offensive. During the interview, Neo said, I just personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman. An era. So like there's only been a couple of years since that was not the case, really. Let's be honest. It's not an era, is it? It's not like saying I come from an era where flared trousers were popular and space hoppers was something you stuck between your legs and bounced up and down in front of Uncle Bob. This is basic biology. I don't know why people are apologising for it every single day. It's mental. Anyway, during the interview, Neo said, I just personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman. There was two genders and that's just how I rocked. You can identify as a goldfish if you feel like. I don't care. That ain't my business, he added. It becomes my business when you try to make me play the game with you. I'm not going to call you a goldfish, but if you want to be a goldfish, you go be a goldfish. I mean, so far, nobody could have a problem with this, could they? Absolutely nobody. He also commented on parents who support their children identifying as a gender that differs from their sex assigned at birth, saying, I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is. Yeah, he sounds mental, doesn't he? If your little boy comes to you and says, Daddy, I want to be a girl, Neo said, and you just let him rock with that? Question mark. If you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's going to do that, Neo added. When did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make life-changing decisions for themselves? So far, so good. Critics of Neo's remarks. I bet you could fit the number of critics inside an extra small condom. Critics of Neo's remarks pointed to medical evidence that supports gender-affirming care for children and adolescents after his interview was uploaded on YouTube this weekend. So this evidence will be provided by zealots, people who have no interest in balanced views and are only interested in propping up their agenda. So that's not balanced, is it? That's not evidence. If that's evidence of anything, it's that the lunatics have overtaken the asylum. Wow. I mean, people now have to come out and apologise for sharing an opinion, and not a dangerous opinion, by the way. These aren't opinions like, I think we should go and, remove this group of people from society. That's not what anybody's saying. Nobody's saying that whatsoever. These are just opinions of people trying to understand things that have drastically, incomprehensibly changed in society in a very, very small time period. Now, I looked up Neo's date of birth, and he's about a month older than me. So when he talks that he's from an era, he talks for pretty much everybody who was born before, let's say, 2016. Because up until that point, that was biological truth. And it seems to me now that, I'd love to go and sit in a biology lesson at GCSE now. It must be incredible. And now, in 2023, a lot of the stuff that they have taught is no longer true. Can you imagine that for them? And they've got to go along with it, because like Neo, if they don't, they'll get the sack. That is not out of the ordinary. That is well within the window of ordinary. And for anyone to say that should be changed, they should all be put in the corner of a room and spoken to, just very quietly. Do you have children? No. Good. Please don't for a while. Do you have children? Yes. Okay. We're going to take them away just for a little bit until you stop being mental.